Chapter 6 of NFPA 70B talks about single line diagrams and system studies. Gimba not only can schedule your system studies on a frequency based on the NFPA 70B documentation, but it can also handle and hold your single line diagrams, also known as one line diagrams, and even make an interactive, dynamic way of traversing through your single line and one line diagrams. You're now logged into the Gimba application and as you can see on the right hand side, you see a quick overview of your current single line diagram, also known as one line. And this is just a sample demo site, but you can also see within the NFPA 70B supporting documentation, safety documentation, the arc flash studies, and other system studies. So let's go into how the Gimba application can work as an interactive one line. So if we go and view a device, let's start with the switchboard. We have our standard device information here, as always, pictures, condition based on NFPA 70B conditions. And we also have this feeds from feeds to, which works like a dynamic one line, which can be updated at any time. Let's say something new gets added, something gets taken away. It can be added dynamically right within the Gimba application, and the results would show up live. Also, this can be useful if you are looking to see during what things would be affected during a shutdown or what things would need to be shut down to swap out some gear or maintain it. So let's just say here we're on the switchboard right now. We could go back to what's higher, the hierarchical train, and we see it's a breaker, and that comes from the utility. Let's go back to the switchboard. And from the switchboard, we can go down to the breaker. And then from the breaker, we can go down to the fuse. And this is all interactive based on your one line, single line document. So if anything was to ever change or get swapped out, you would have an accurate, updated hierarchical feeds from, feeds to, which could supplement your actual one line documentation. Now, as far as system studies, we've gone over the one line part. Let's go into system studies. There's several different studies laid out in NFPA 70B, short circuit studies, coordination studies, load flow studies, some other ones, and arc flash studies, which everyone's familiar with. The actual implementation and frequency of this art flash study is listed here every 5 years, and here's some other details. So within the Gimba application, you can make sure that this arc flash study is done every 5 years, see when the next one's upcoming, and when the last one was completed. So let's get back into the Gimba application. Here we can see we've got an arc flash study, and the frequency is 60 months, which is 5 years. We could perform that, upload some files to it. Let's upload this, the TPS report, and then we can submit that. Now we can go back to our dashboard. Not that you would do this right after you completed an arc flash study, but you can see now when it was completed and when the next one is due, which is 5 years from now.